for profits. I've heard prices are getting kind of interesting. I do want to check this because I don't know if I can accept this. By far the most I've ever been donated. That is a ridiculous amount of Poke Yen. It's unfathomable. It's literally hard to put it into words. It's so generous, dude. That's so insane.
Oh my god. Oh my god, this has Menacing Spirit. That's crazy. Oh my god, it's a 2013 Squirtle. That's insane. You did not send me a 2012 Shiny. Dude, thank you so much. What? Dude, that's awesome. This dude just sent me another 130 mil. Thank you so much, man. What the hell? This is insane.
The purpose of this video is to explain what happened regarding my ban, how I got my accounts back, and why I donated 330 million yen and more than 120 million worth of rare Poke. I want to make it very clear that I don't want anything back from Bat and neither from Epok. These two creators had the most impact on my journey and enjoyment of the game, and I'm very happy I was able to contribute with them in a positive way. You might think that I did what I did for clout, and that's fair, it's your opinion, but at the time I was really quitting the game. I have spreadsheets of prices I paid for each of the 2012s, 2013s and 2014s in my collection, and my GTL listings with dates, and that helped me a lot in the making of this video. After stumbling onto one of Pat's videos on YouTube, like a lot of new players, I started playing in December 19, 2023. I completed the regions during the 2023 Christmas event, and my main focus on the game was money making. I did a lot of money making methods, such as gym rerunning, berry farming, breeding for profit, catching mons, shiny flipping, G2 farming, training reruns, EV training, XP grinding, and so on. In order to be more efficient with all that, I created a second account and completed the regions with a total of 6 characters, which enabled me to do more berry farming and dream rerunning with 2 devices at the same time. That's what I liked to do, and that's how I started to grow a net worth in the game. I was playing regularly and kept watching content on YouTube about the game. And, as you may know, once you get sucked into PokeMMO content on YouTube, your algorithm starts showing you more creators, and I got exposed to a lot of good ones. Some of the ones that I didn't interact with but love their content are Jinxable, Young Cabbage, Minish, Cav, Rocket, Frauds, PokeMMO Investments, and Doms. Their channels will be in the description, and if you aren't familiar with them, I suggest taking a look. And one of these channels that appeared to me was Epok. That's when the game changed for me. He showed me what sniping was and the profits I could make from it, which were incomparably better than the methods I was doing. By then, I thought that a billion yen was possible exclusively from investing or by being an old player. Not only did his video show me how to reach a level of wealth I didn't think was possible for me to achieve in a short amount of time, but also the cool things you could do with your money in game. And that's how I started sniping and collecting old Pokemon, mainly trying to complete a living dex of 2012 and one of 2013's. I want to shout out some forum posts that helped me with the collection and from which I got the idea of doing the living dexes. The links to the posts will be in the description. Before I started sniping, from my documents, my estimated net worth was about 275 million. That's from December 2023 to the beginning of September 2024, which would be around 30 million per month and 1 million per day. Most of the time I was doing some activity that earned hard cash, and then I would dump the money into a shiny flip or a breed for profit to multiply it, and that's how I grew my net worth up to this point. So thanks to Epok, I started sniping in September 2024. My main gameplay loop started being sniping, buying old Pokemon from the GTL, and egg hunting Charmander. I lost the archetype data, but I was close to 9,000 eggs. I sniped a lot in September and October, and the same 275 million that took me 10 months to make, I made in 35 days from September 10th to October 15, 2024. In close to 1 month, I had doubled my net worth from 275 million to 500 million. This 500 million is the total amount of the GTL listings I had at the time plus the price I paid for my old Pokemon collection. And with all that being said, I was well on track to reaching my goal of 1 billion net worth in 1 year from absolute zero. But then, when I was going to log in on October 17th, 2024, this happened. I was devastated. Both of my accounts were banned, all my 6 characters. To me, it came out of nowhere. I rarely speak or trade with people in game. Right now I only have one in-game friend. I'm not on a team, and most of my interactions happened when I was selling Ditto boxes or lapis. But I was sure it was a mistake, and so I reached out to support. This is not a guide to getting your banned account back. If you have done something that goes against the code of conduct, you deserve to be banned. I do not intend to portray the game nor the people who work at it in a bad way. I want you to know from my experience what I learned and the actions I took to reverse the ban. The main purpose of telling this part here is, if you are watching this video and are experiencing something similar, I want you to know that it might have been a false ban and you might have your account back. I searched on the forums, on YouTube and on Reddit about how to get a wrongly banned account back, and I didn't find any resource. This is the content I wish was available when I was banned, and that's why I'm putting it here. I'm not going to show you my interactions with the support, but I will give you a general idea about what I wrote. The first step I took was creating a ticket support, and I highly encourage you to give as many details as possible to why you think your account was banned and explain your actions. Think about your gameplay, which interactions could have appeared suspicious, what you bought, who you traded with, and explain to the support as best as you can. In my case, I wrote it all on my ticket support, and the next day it came out with a negative response, which meant that my 2 accounts were still banned. It all seemed lost at this point, but the support response seemed to be automatic. I want you to understand what was going through my mind and to think what you would have done differently. Please, if you have anything to say, write it in the comments. The whole idea behind creating a support ticket is for you to try to explain your case to the staff so they can manually verify it better, because I think, and this is not confirmed, but bans could be automatic. Once my first ticket came out with a negative response, there's no purpose on creating a new one. But, since the response seemed to be automatic, it felt like no one actually read my case. So I wanted someone to read my case. And since the communication was seized in the channel that you should be talking to the staff, there is no correct way to talk to them anymore. The second step I took was creating a forum post with the title being something like "Falsely Banned for RMT." And I know these types of interactions don't belong on the forums, but I had no other channel to talk to the staff. For example, I'm not going to bother them on Discord, so the forum seemed the more appropriate place to try to get eyes on my case and maybe get a response. In this post, I explained that I wrote the support ticket as they encouraged me to do, that the response I got was negative, and again, I detailed my actions to try to reverse my ban. Shortly after I created the post, a moderator commented on it that these kinds of appeals should be done in the support tickets, and then the post got deleted. And that was it. By then, I had lost all hope of getting the accounts back, and I didn't want to create a new account to play the game. On October 19th, I got another response in the same support ticket saying that they revised the case, reversed the ban, and apologized for the inconvenience. That's how I got the account back, and they gave me 7-day donator status as a compensation. They read my case, and I'm glad for it. I know all of this happened just in the span of 3 days, but it felt like it was too much, and I lost the will to play the game and to reach the 1 billion yen in 1 year goal. To put it in the correct time frame, Shiny Wars was about to end or just ended, and Epok's account was banned really close to mine. His ban video is from October 10th, and I was banned October 17th. I relisted all of my GTL trades and waited months for them to sell, purely just to not let them sit on the account. At that time, I was logging in very rarely. The listings started to sell, and the ones that were taking longer I liquidated, especially shinies for a very cheap price, just to have the money sitting in the cash stack. So on December 4th, 2024, I logged in to claim and released what didn't sell in the GTL, saw that I had about 200 million in cash stack, and that Pat was streaming.
How are we doing? How are we feeling? Happy Monday, first December stream.
Because I wasn't intending to play the game anymore and that money would just be sitting on the account, I sent him my cash tag as a donation. He wrote a ticket support to the staff asking if he could accept the donation, and they said yes. So he was able to accept the donation.
It just feels unreal.
I'm very happy it all worked out well, and I'm sure he was able to put the money to good use. Also, I'm very excited about his Iron Man challenge.
22,600 encounters, right?
That same week, I saw that Epok was back in the game, and once he posted a video saying that he was collecting old Pokemon again, I thought about donating him my collection.
Haven't made a collection video since I started the new account, and quite frankly, it's just because I haven't really bought that many things. I'm trying to not spend as much on like old Pokemon and stuff like that. I really only want to buy like really unique things. So that's what I've been doing.
I was only able to achieve the money in order to get the collection thanks to his sniping videos, and I knew he would appreciate it. And that's the story. I didn't reach the 1 billion yen goal in 1 year from scratch as I intended, but I'm pretty happy to say that in less than 1 year I went from being a new player to having around a 500 million net worth. And as I said in the beginning, I'm happy I was able to contribute positively with the people who made this game fun for me. That was the whole story about how I started in the game, the ban, and the donations. Please like the video if you enjoyed it and subscribe for more content, because I'm back.